Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the Chapadão farm, Fazenda Chapadão. This is inspired by the lush landscapes of the state of Mato Grosso in Brazil. It is by Lostgamer and Pedro, I said Cavalet? Cavalet sounds right to me. 313.8 megabytes download. There are 3 required mods which download automatically. I say automatically, 2 of them did, 1 didn't. The pivot irrigation system, or maybe it just took a long time to, but anyway. There is a clip I'm going to cut to momentarily of me at the start on the select and deselect mods screen. It will make more sense in a moment when I explain why. There are custom crops on this map. Kind of. Contracts are available. Slot count in all 3 game modes is 793. This is our start farm. I have already put some money in. I'm on new farmer, so we would start with 100,000, but I've already taken the liberty of adding some money in. So our start farm is just here. Sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger, water point just there, shed and stuff, which is great. What I'm going to do is show the map, which looks like this. Field prices are up there. Now we start with plot 1, so even on Farm Manager you can, but start from scratch you can't, because that plot is 1,372,000. So if you come on start from scratch, you would have to do contract work and stuff to build up before you can get to buying a plot of land, because even the smaller plots, I don't think there's one that's 500,000 or under. But you can buy all the plots of land. Now it does say there are 3 farms to choose from. When it says choose from, if you're going to put some money in at the start to get yourself going, if you're setting up your map, you do have the option of the start farm, which is what we start with a new farmer here. We go to plot 6. I'm going to purchase that one, 1,470,960. If we do that and that, we do have a water point and a sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger just there. And we've also got up here plot 12, 1,781,448. Do that and that, and we've got another sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger, and there's a shed there as well available. We'll seal those as we go around. There are some other plots that are available. I did buy them all up off camera just to make sure I hadn't missed anything. Plot 4 we can purchase. We can purchase this that comes with this bit of land as well. This is the town in the middle. We've got animal dealer down the bottom, which we'll get to later on. We've got that one there, which is part of plot 11, and then 16 is a separate plot on its own. But it does allow you to put down sell points, productions and stuff, because there aren't many on the map, wherever you want to, which I think is a great feature. So you can sell the buildings and stuff here, and the equipment and machinery. I didn't write down what the slot count was. I mean, it's lower than 793. You can also get rid of the sleep triggers or the farmhouses at the other 2 locations, and the water points at the other 2 locations, and the shed at the location over there. So you'll get the slot count down lower than 793 easily. Now, as far as additional crop types go, we have got, wrong one, if we go into here, look across to the right. Now, we've got black bean, parsnip, carrot, red beet, peanut and coffee beans. And people will be going, oh, peanut, that's cool. We've had black bean before, coffee bean we've had before, and I'll show you those in a moment. Fairly standard. The parsnip, carrot and red beet has me slightly confused. And before everyone goes, well, it's the premium expansion stuff. It is, but I don't have that enabled. I'm going to cut to that clip now. So just for complete clarity, I'm just going to go down and show you. So platinum expansion, precision farming, premium expansion, pumps and hoses are all deselected. Don't have them selected for the map. Just so everybody's aware, because I'll get messages, I'll get letters. So I just thought, you know, those are required mods. Do I want to select them? Of course I do. And away we go. So something has gone wrong somewhere. Not quite sure how or why. Just as a heads up as well, if you're watching this and you may be wondering and asking yourself, yesterday Alma Missouri had an update and then got removed from the mod hub. That's having an issue as well, which is being looked at. And I assume once that's been done, that will come back up as another update. I think it would, in the update, something had happened. You can't buy animals for some reason. That's on Alma, not this one. So here's the weird thing. We do have the option for coffee bean, which is great. We don't have anywhere on the map anywhere where we can produce roasted coffee. It is in the build mode. I'll show you that in a moment. So I'm going to place that in a moment and just show you it. And I'm going to show you the coffee bean trees. Peanut is an interesting one. Looking at the colour, I don't think we've got any in the ground, but I've also got another clip I'll cut to of me walking through a peanut field, which was lovely. There was one peanut field. Oh, hang on, this might be peanuts right next to us. We could be lucky here. Let's have a look and see how we're looking. Oh, has that been harvested? Yep, ploughed. No good. Okay. That's not going to help at all. Yeah, okay, well, I won't be able to show you, but I've got a clip I can show you. Why is that a problem, you may be asking? Well, we come out and we go into this one here. We scroll down. So under mods and DLCs, we have got the Fockink irrigation pivot. We've got two of those. We've got two round fields for pivot irrigation. We've got the Jacto K3500 for harvesting your coffee. Very important if you're going to put coffee in to be able to harvest it. And then under Chapadão farm, we have got this, a peanut harvester. Very cool indeed. Like that a lot. However, we go back to that menu, go back up here, and we go to what I would normally do when I do my prep, is I will go in, if there's additional crop types, and I'll look under seeders and planters to find out what you put them in the ground with, and then I'll go and check my headers to see what you take them out with. So if we go down to here, under seeders, nothing. Under planters, black bean. So the black bean can be put into the ground using a planter. Black bean can be harvested using a regular header. Nice. Anyone notice anything weird? Nothing for peanut. So we've got a peanut harvester, but there's no way of putting peanut in the ground. Curious. Now you're going to be spamming the comments now with all different suggestions. I think I've covered all of them. I went up and checked potato technology. Is there any way to plant peanut using potato technology? Nope. Beet technology is using planters usually. Sugarcane technology could be under there. Nope. But weirdly, we've got parsnip, carrot and red beet showing on the map. Nothing under vegetable technology because I don't have the premium expansion enabled. So there's no way of putting any of those in the ground either. So if you've come on and you've got those on your map, and there's no way to harvest them either because there's no vegetable harvesting technology. So I can't think of any other way of putting them on the ground. Your next thing will be, it'll be under build mode, won't it? Okay, let's look under build mode then. So under build mode and sheds, we got some extra, there you go. Hay shed has been put in by the map makers, should I say. We go on to containers, we've got the water tank, water tower has been put in. If we go further along to farmhouses, we've got a farmhouse put in. We then go to our production and factories. We've got the coffee factory. Now this is important. I'm going to place what I might be in the way actually. I'm going to place the coffee factory because we're going to need to look at that in a moment because there's not one on the map. So if you're going to do coffee, you need the coffee factory. It's in here for you to use, which is brilliant, but there's not one out there. I haven't found one. Maybe that's I don't know, maybe it was forgotten to be put on, maybe this has been done on purpose to give you the option to do it if you want to. That's entirely up to you. So I'm going to place that now. So that's under there. There was nothing under sell points. We come off of there and we go to our orchards. This is where you put your coffee in. So I know people would suddenly think, well, what about greenhouses? Maybe you do peanuts under greenhouses. No additional greenhouses put in. Orchards, nothing put in under orchards for peanuts, but we do have coffee trees. So again, if you haven't seen any of the map tours, any of the maps that have coffee on, if you're going to do coffee, some maps have them on already, some of them you plant them, but most maps it's like this. So it's no different to your grapevines or your olive groves. You get them, what plot line, we own this behind us, don't we, I think? There's nothing on there at the moment, is there? So you place them down as you would do with vines, like that. As long as it's green, you should be able to put the next row in, and so on and so forth. That's how you put your coffee in. Those then need to be mulched, fertilised, prepared. Once they're ready to harvest, the Jacto harvester, which is available, you come along, harvest them, job done. But that's not where the peculiarities on the map end. Because if we come into here and we go down to our sell points, or our prices, should I say, and we go down and have a look at the options that we've got for these. Now again, this might be intentional and that's fine. So as far as our coffee beans go, there's no sell point. So even if you wanted to just harvest coffee and sell the coffee beans, you can't. The coffee factory is where you take them to. So if you had a contract that said deliver to the coffee factory, that's fine. That doesn't happen very often, especially if you've placed them yourself. So you can't sell just coffee beans. You can do roasted coffee, which is fine. There's a supermarket sell point. The peanuts have 3 sell points. You can harvest them, but you can't plant them. These have sell points. Again, can't. It's very. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, it's curious. But as far as the coffee factory goes, again, this is a modded one. So I say it's been put in, but this is a modded. I've seen this on other maps as well. Is it Recanto de Alvarado? Yeah, I'm sure it's that one. So putting in is done there. We go through into this section here. So we go around the side here. This is our roasting facility. So we bring our coffee beans here. We can roast them. Job done. Happy days. No worries. So, yeah, like I say, it's odd. I'm assuming it's going to get an update. I'm assuming it's an oversight. And the frustrating thing is when you're doing map tours and you come across something like this, I will go through and check everything, because you don't want to put up a map tour saying, look, this has got this has got that, this is missing, this is wrong, this is broken. And then someone messages you say, oh, it was under so-and-so. And you think, oh, you idiot, how did you miss it? I'm pretty sure I've looked everywhere. I can't find anything for putting peanut in the ground. And I don't know why those other crop types are showing. I'll check under miscellaneous. Normally, if it's been added in by the map maker, it's here under mods and DLCs. The only thing is the peanut harvester, not a planter. Odd. Anyway, enough of going on about all of that. You can still plan the map. I know people say, I'm looking for a big American map. I'm looking for a big map. There are a lot of Brazilian maps that have got big fields, big open spaces. It doesn't have to be American. There are some quality South American maps for doing just that. So what we're going to do is we're going to crack on around the map. It says there are 21 collectibles. I haven't come across one yet, but there are some. Oh, I didn't show the... Actually, what we'll do now, I'll cut that clip of the peanuts just so you can see them in the fields. Like I say, you might come on and it might be you've got a field of peanuts. Get out there and harvest them straight away. Get them done. I don't think it's a crop that regrows and regrows. I wouldn't have thought. I mean, I don't know. Like I say, it's weird. I haven't got one on this time. I'll cut that now. So whilst this is a map tour, and I say this often, if you've got required mods that are added in by the map makers, I don't often show the mods being used, because I've 9 times out of 10 have done mod reviews on them on my mod reviews. But the Fockink irrigation system, sorry, these fold up into trailers. So at the central point you go to those, you can fold them up. You can also set the... What the... You can set the rotation speed. Okay, we've got some kind of... That's off the end of it, isn't it? I'm assuming there's a collision there. You can set the rotation speed. So if you want it more realistic, it could maybe rotate over the course of a day. You can have it go all the way around, spreading fertiliser. It doesn't do water, it just fertilises. Fertiliser or herbicide, should I say, if you're going to do weeds. And obviously it works on your round fields. There are 2 of them on here. Again, we'll go back and show you, but this one is a weird shape. So whilst I've got the irrigation that does most part, you're going to have some corner bits on this one you're going to have to do. And there's nothing stopping you taking them out and any of the other larger ones having an irrigation system. You could make your own circular fields if you want to. That's entirely up to you how you want to go about that. And you can have them in different sizes, lengths, I guess, and then yeah, they operate as an irrigation system. They're very cool. Have a play with them. They're brilliant. And like I say, they fold up into a trailer. You hook that trailer up, take it off, and if you want to, or you can just fold up when you harvest, or as with any map tour, choice up to you. That's what I have found. I've been on this map, whoa, 4 times, because I check it on New Farmer, check it on Farm Manager, check it on Start From Scratch, just to make sure to see if there are any differences between all three. It's normally the slot count might change depending on whether you start with vehicles or don't start with vehicles. Sometimes buildings are missing. There can be subtle differences between the 3 game modes, so I will check on all 3 before I start a map tour. And on all 3 there's been a lot of open clear fields like this. The texturing's pretty cool. Actually, I didn't finish it. I got to orchards and then stopped under build mode. Let's go back to build mode, because we have got under landscaping and painting, we've got some additional paint textures which are very cool. I do like these. So we've got quite a few additional paint textures, which is very cool. Nothing under trees, but under plants we have got a few plants added in by the map makers on here. Now I'm not, when I do stuff like this, I'm doing a map tour, I'm not having a go at the map maker. I'm not map makers. I'm not, I'm not slating them. I'm not having, not being rude, nasty, anything like that. Just showing you, look, this is the situation. If I miss them, people say, oh, you didn't explain this, you didn't show that, or this is wrong, this is broken. So I'm just saying, because often it'll be people's feedback, or if they don't have social media that people can feed back on, they will watch people's map tours and then go, oh, okay, let's go away and have a look at that. So I'd rather mention it, and like I say, I want to see everything work. I want to see people succeed. I want it to, people to come and go, brilliant, we can do peanuts. That'd be awesome, Anyway, we're up the top here, northeast, wood sell point just here, and then we have got Pioneer sell point just here inside. One of 3 main sell points on the map: Pioneer, Supermarket, and Hortifruit. Again, this plot, like I said, all of them can be purchased. So there are large areas with big facilities, like out here as well. So if you wanted to add in, a transportation yard, or again, whatever you want, production, sell points, decorative objects, whatever your narrative might be, you can put them in anywhere on the map, which is nice. So we're heading down to the town. It's pretty much flat across the whole thing, as you can see. So again, as far as placeables and stuff like that goes, shouldn't be too tricky. Landscaping, you shouldn't have to worry too much. My advice is always, if you're going to do anything, save it first. I don't always follow my own advice. I've been caught out a few times. Save it first. If it doesn't go the way you were hoping it was going to, you can come back out again and reset yourself. Gas station just here. Supermarket, sell point just there. Just pull out and go next door. We've got a case dealership. Ooh, case. Hum ha, hum ha. We go around the back. We've got the vehicle workshop. This is the reset point of the map as well, here at the vehicle workshop, out the back on this large expanse. No problem for whatever size machinery you want to do. You shouldn't have an issue. We're going to go in from the service entrance out to the front here. And there's your vehicle store option if you want to go down that route. Most people will go in through the they'll just go in through their options here by pressing whatever takes you to your main thing. But if you want to go more immersive and you want to actually go to the store and speak to somebody, a sales assistant, you absolutely can. That's the vehicle shop and workshop trigger and reset point. Next door to that, we've got the bale store sell point. Just there. Now again, talking about saying about the map makers, it's always difficult as well to know whether something that is on a map or isn't on a map has been done intentionally by the map makers. It might have been, but things like this with regard to the peanuts, having a harvester for harvesting them but no way of planting them, and again people will say, well, hang on a minute, it might be they're just not showing. Off camera I did get a seeder. We do start with a planter. Oh, I didn't show. Well, don't worry, we'll go back to the start farm. I didn't show you the shed and the other equipment, did I? No, I got so carried away with what I was talking about. We do start with a planter. I did buy a seeder off camera, and what I did was scrolled through my different seeding and planting options to see if it might be that one of those just had it on there, but it just wasn't showing on the icons menu. It wasn't. So so that sort of thing, I would say that's not intended. I wouldn't say that's intended personally. I would think it'd be weird if it was. It's like, yo, peanuts, but you can't do them. You know, that would be a bit peculiar, I think. Animal dealer, whoa. Animal dealer, down here. Again, you can buy the land. Nice bit of immersion having the animals in there, I like that. So again, you might want to put a bale sell point, you might want to put a slurry point, you might want to put sell points or buy points for manure and that kind of thing. So if you want to simulate that, I'm going to go and buy manure or slurry or digestate from the animal dealer. You've got plenty of space for doing that as well, and or productions that require anything that the animals might be producing. Or you might want to put a forage mixer or something down here to simulate that they're supplying animal feed or whatever it be. Let's say, again, whatever. Actually, we'll go straight across. I don't generally on map tours if there's like a crop in the ground, but we're looking like it's clear and open with some weeds. That should be fine. It's quite dry at the moment, so the soil's compacted and hard. Shouldn't cause too much damage. Let's go with that, shall we? Nod along, I'm sure it'll be fine. So this plot we're coming to here, again, plenty of room for placeables and whatnot. This is not a sell point, this is a medium silo, 3 million litre silo for storage. So a kind of, you could have it as a cooperative silo, you can use it yourself. You might want to put a smaller silo at your farm. We have a gas station point just there. We've got a workshop trigger just here. We've got the silo putting in there and taking out here. And then up the back, like I say, when you purchase the land, it will come up with these triggers. So we've got a sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger, and we've got a water point. Just here, the wardrobe trigger is out on the veranda. And if we open this door here, our sleep trigger is just inside. I don't think we can go any further into the building than that. That door doesn't open, no. And again, these two buildings on this plot, or this building and the water tower, can be removed. The large open shed and the silo can't. They are fixed in place. What we're going to do is cut out onto the track here. Whoa. Whoa, okay. That got our hand. Oh, tank slapper. I'm not a big fan of the Mahindras, I'm not going to lie. Not the company, the model of it. I've said this many times before. They slip and slide all over the place. It never seems like you're making full contact with the road, I find. So, turning here. This is the hortifruit sell point. Round at the back. Just there. Next door to that, we've got our lime facility. So we've got a lime production and a lime station. So if you don't want to produce your own lime, that's absolutely fine. Again, there are tons of mods available in the mods hub for doing that. So if you wanted to have one at your farm, you could have it. If you want to have a smaller one, a larger one, you want to have a big old facility, you want to have a quarry, there are tons available. But there is one here built into the map. Just here, which can be purchased. So if you're running field stones, it's quite expensive, 250 grand. So it's just stones and stones in, lime out. 1-to-1 on the recipe, but a high cycles per month. Often if map makers want that sped up more, or modders, they will increase the recipe as well. So it might be 50 to 50 or 1,000 to 1,000. That helps speed up the thing. But 24,000 cycles per month should be fairly fast. But again, if you don't want to do your own, if you're not running stones on your fields, if you haven't got a quarry to quarry them, you might just want to come and buy your lime, that's absolutely fine as well. And again, there are plenty of buy stations, buy anything silos, multi-fruit sell points, all sorts in the mod hub. So if you want to have them dotted around your map, you absolutely can. So from here, again, these plots can be purchased, as I showed right at the start. So we're going to turn up here, head north, out to the third of the farms. So we had our start farm, we had the one that was where the big medium silo was, and then out there in the northwest we got another small one. We will head back over to the start farm because I didn't show the sheds. Apologies for that. If you've already commented, I don't always come back to things. But I remembered this time. That makes a change, doesn't it? So we come up on plot 12. All that here, what I'll probably do, I'll jump back over to one of the vehicles. That'll be easier than driving all the way back over. So, I mean, it's interesting. There's not crops in. This is, like I say, the third time I've been on here. I'm just going to check on the map. I'm hoping there's not something wrong with this. Yeah, because we're showing red beet there, but no way of harvesting it. And there are modded harvesters and stuff. Again, don't get me wrong. You can do that, no problem at all. But you're going to need to be able to replant if you want to plant. I mean, that's, yeah, it's interesting. Let's go across to growth. Yeah, maybe they are just in the very, very first growth stage. Nothing is showing through the. It looks like they've literally just been harvested, but we've got 2 or 3 are. Oh, we drove across that one, didn't we? Shh! Don't tell anyone. Yeah, these don't look like they've got anything. If they've literally just been planted, I guess. There's a lot of big stones on them as well, aren't there? So, sleep trigger, water point, the same as it was in the other one, and we've got a large shed here. All 3 of these can be removed as well. Plenty of space. Do we have a light switch in here? It's not coming up with an option for it anywhere. Can't see one. Assuming this is automatic then. Covered point to the side. That's your third farm. So what I'm going to do now, hop back to our start farm. I've just removed the coffee factory because it was not in the way, but so I said at the start, sleep and wardrobe trigger. Now Mahindra was parked just underneath. We come up the side here, water tower just there. We do have our planter just there. We do have a sprayer. The other thing I will say is vehicles and machinery have damage and are lower on fuel as well. If we jump in that one, you'll see our diesel's down, damage is at 100%. So we're going to need to. What are you doing? What are you doing? What is going on? I turned the engine off and got out. Why did that? Whoa. Engine off. Wow, that was weird. Okay. Maybe I pressed something that I didn't intend to. Same shed and barn as over the other side. If we open up here, you'll see our header just under the trees. Again, diesel damage at 100%, needs some work. Same with our John Deere just here. We have got an 8R. And our trailer just behind it. All looking a bit worn. That's it, that's all the start equipment. There's not a huge amount. And that's the map. And I will say, like I said earlier on, I hope it gets updated. I hope it gets sorted. Peanuts is a cool thing. I know a lot of people have been saying we want to see peanuts in game. You know, I know when they announce rice and we say, oh, why have we got rice? We want peanuts. It's difficult because it depends where in the world you're from, what the predominant crop is. And like I said many times before, I think giants kind of look at and think what is grown in a lot of different locations, especially because they're doing an Asian map. It had to be something that was an Asian crop. So yeah, I mean, but it's cool having peanuts on here. I just hope it gets updated and sorted. And if I have missed something obvious, I apologise. But I think I've gone through and checked everywhere as far as I can tell. But that's Chapadão Farm by Lostgamer and Pedro Cavalet. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.